Hey guys, Cardfight Sanctuary here. Today I'll be doing a deck profile over my Chaos Breaker Dragon deck, so here we go. For starter, I run Dusttail, Unicorn, because this is probably the best that you could be running at this point. There's no other good starter that you could be running. You could use the Grade 3 Searcher, but it's not a Starvader, and Chaos Breaker requires Starvaders to be Soul Blasted, so it kind of messes with his limit break. Next, for triggers, I run 4 heal, 6 draw, 6 crit. I think that this works a lot better than 8 crit 4 draw, because 8 crit 4 draw I was noticing that I was not getting enough cards in hand before I got Chaos Breaker around the Vanguard circle, and I was really prone to rushes. So this build of having 6 draw triggers makes it a lot easier to deal with those early game rushes that I was running into. Next, for grade 1s, I run 4 Perfect Guards, 4 Perfect Guards. Nothing really to say. 4 Perfect Guards, basically a must in all decks these days. Just run them. Next, I run 2 Chaos Beat. Chaos Beat is the personal booster for Chaos Breaker. Probably one of the best personal boosters that you could be running at this point, because it boosts a Chaos Breaker for 11. Just for having a locked unit. There is no soul blasting that you have to use to boost for 11. And on top of that, he's a 6k. He has 6k power, which even if you don't have a Chaos Breaker, it's still a pretty decent boost. Unlike those 4k personal boosters that are only good for that one card. Next, I run 2 Lanthanum. Lanthanum's really good to have before your break ride. If you have him on the field before your break ride, he'll be boosting for 13. Yeah, 13. He'll be boosting for 13 with say a Chaos Breaker behind him. He's gonna be hitting for 24 with a 12k attack or 25 without triggers, obviously. So that's some pretty good power plays, including the break ride that you're already gonna be doing. Next, 2 Neon. Some people will run 4. I think 2 is all that I need, because there's a lot better options, I feel, for grade 1s with Link Jokers. This is really good for early game, but I feel like it doesn't do a lot more other than for the first couple turns. But it's still a decent 7k boost, so. Next is 4 Palladium. Palladium is probably one of the best, if not the best, grade 1 that Link Joker has. He gets to Counterblast 1, put into Soul, and relock a unit, which is good because it'll be feeding Chaos Breaker's Limit Break, which requires Soul Blasting. And on top of that, he works really good with Chaos Breaker's Limit Break, which I will explain later. Next, for grade 2s, 2 Mobius. Some people run 3. I think it's a little cloggy when you run 3, because he's not very good after turn 2. So I run 2. Just for hopes of getting him turn 2, but it's not essential if I don't. 2 Krypton. Still a really decent ride for turn 2, other than Mobius. It's really good against mirror matches as well. With a Mobius behind a Dusttail, it's hitting for 14, I can just drop a 10k for no pass. Or with a Linshu behind a 9k Eradicator, is still 10k for no pass. And on top of that, it's a little bit stronger of a rear guard column than Mobius would be. Next, 3 Colony Maker. I run 3 Colony Maker. Some people run 4. I think that 4 is a little too much. You'll be using too many of your counterblasts. 3 I think is just right, because I still run into her when I need her. But 4 makes it just a little too counterblast heavy. And this has absolutely no way of unflipping damage, so you need to conserve it really well. Next is 12k attackers, 4. Right on. Nothing really to say. 12k, really good on rear guard, hits good numbers. On to grade 3s. 4, Infinite Zero Dragon. Really good break ride. You lock a front row and a back row, give plus 10k to your Vanguard when a Link Joker rides on top. Works very well with Chaos Breaker Dragon. And then on to the boss of the deck. 4 Chaos Breaker Dragon. Some people run 3. I think running 4 is just fine, because it makes it good stack material for your perfect guards, and as well for his lock ability. And I'm running Chaos Beat, so I can still throw one on the rear guard with a Chaos Beat behind it and still make pretty good numbers. His effect is Soul Blast 1 card with Star Vader in its card name during your opponent's end phase. When an opponent's lock card is unlocked, you may pay the cost. If you do, you get to retire that unit and draw a card. And his non-limit break effect is Counter Blast 1 and discard a Star Vader from your hand. And you get to lock 1 rear guard. That ability can only be used once per turn. This guy, when you hit limit break, you completely own the game. Basically, you get to choose what your opponent does. They don't really get to pick what they do. They have to work around your abilities. This works really good with Palladium, because there's a little combo you can do where you can use Palladium's effect first, which is Counter Blast 1 put into Soul, relock a unit, and then at the same time you can Soul Blast you can Soul Blast a card, and you can keep that unit that was locked with Palladium. It can stay locked, but you still get to draw like you retired it, but it stays locked. And then next turn you can actually destroy it and draw again from the same card. But yeah, this deck is very big control. If you want to completely control what your opponent's doing, you lack a little bit of power, but that's to be expected with Link Jokers. They're not meant for a lot of power, they're just meant for crippling your opponent, I should say. So, this has been my Chaos Breaker Dragon deck profile, and like, comment, subscribe. Thanks.